What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bullshot Darts. This is going to be part 2 of the 10 tips to throw better darts article by darthelp.com. If you did not watch part 1, make sure you go back because I did the first 5 on that video, and in this one I'm going to wrap up the final 5. But first, guys, if you are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. The more Bullshot Darts you watch, the more 180s you'll hit. Drop the video a thumbs up and check out bullshotdarts.com where you can pick up some Bullshot apparel. The perfect way to show your love and passion for the greatest sport in the world, the sport that we all love. So go head over there and grab your new favorite dart shirt. So let's get into this, guys. So 10 tips for throwing better darts. This is the article that I started in the other video. So let's go ahead. We're going to scroll down through these first ones here. We left off at perfect your stance. So now the next one, number 6, number 1 for this video, number 6 is perfect your follow through. Yes, I've talked about follow throughs in almost every single video that I make regarding getting better at darts. So let's see what he says here. An optimal dart throw can be described as having 3 stages. These would be A, B, and C. Now, I have not read this article yet, so I don't know what he's going to say, but I'm going to assume A is the setup where you aim, B is going to be the backswing, and C is going to be the follow through. Let's see what else he says here. A refers to the initial position where the elbow is bent and the forearm is perpendicular to the upper arm. Yeah, so that's your setup shot. That's generally where you're going to do some aiming. At position A, the dart should be tipped upward, so the point is slightly tilted. Yes, no, this is one of those things that all comes down to comfortability. My dart does point up. I've seen people where their darts point straight at the board, but I've also seen players where their darts point down a little bit or to the side. I see where he is saying, I think what's most important is that the dart is facing the board, whether it's up a little bit or down a little bit. But let's see what else he says here. Position B refers to the drawback phase where the forearm, and only the forearm, swings back in preparation for the throw. Position C refers to the extension of the arm and eventual release of the dart. All right, awesome. The trick to a perfect follow-through lies in the snap of the wrist at the end of the extension during position C. Yes, I agree. Snapping the wrist at the end of the throw applies a boost of acceleration to the dart, which gives it more stability while it travels through the air. Additionally, at the very end of the motion, make sure that your fingers are pointing down, okay? So what he's saying here is at the end of your throw, your fingers should be pointing down. Now, that I do agree with to an extent. A lot of players I know point down, but I usually like pointing at my target. So I guess they still do like point down even when I point at my target. So yeah, all right, yeah, fingers pointing down, because that's also going to make sure that you're having a full flick of the wrist. If you just point, I guess you're not having a full flick of the wrist. All right, I see that. I like it. I like it. Make sure your fingers are pointing down. A perfect throw will glide between these 3 positions effortlessly and smoothly. Yeah, so if you didn't watch part 1, we talked a lot about only moving your arm when you're throwing, so this kind of adds to that. I like it. Number 7. Oh, okay, so we're getting out of mechanics here, and we're talking about darts equipment. So let's see what this says. Experiment with different shaft lengths and flight combinations. I agree. I can't even tell you how many flights and shaft combinations I went through until I found the one that fits perfect for me. Darts is not a one-size-fits-all, so you need to experiment. Let's see what he says here. Anyone involved in the world of darts for any considerable amount of time will be familiar with the wide variety of dart shaft lengths and flight designs. By experimenting with various shaft and flight combinations, you can potentially fine-tune your setup for improved performance. Yes. Not only is it going to be more comfortable in your hand, but it's going to help your dart fly in the air too. Each of these factors affect the dart throw. Together, they can dramatically impact your ability to throw accurately and consistently. Dart flights, like arrow fletchings, is that what they're called? I guess, provide aerodynamic stabilization to the dart during flight. Large shapes tend to give the player a more controlled throw, while smaller flights tend to offer less, more aggressive throws. Yes, so the way I always look at it, the bigger the flight, the more insurance that you have on your throw. I threw little teardrop flights for the longest time, and if I made the teeniest mistake in my throw, way off of my target. So that's why I switched to bigger flights, because even if I make a little bit mistake, that big flight is going to give me that insurance and help me hit my target still. So yeah, I like what he says there about the dart flights. In the same manner, the length of the shaft or body of the dart can provide varying degrees of stability and speed through the air. Yep. Different combinations of these two components can also help you pinpoint and reduce bounce outs and off-target throws. Okay, so that's basically what I just said. If I felt a little thing go wrong on my small flight, miss completely. The bigger the flight, it gives me that extra insurance for those off-target throws. It still helps me get in the target. All right, awesome. Thankfully, various online retailers and physical vendors sell inexpensive flight and shaft combo packs that allow for this level of expert experimentation. Yeah, so another thing too, yeah, you can get really cheap flights and really cheap shafts, experiment with those, and then once you have learned with that, then you can invest a little bit more money in better shafts and better flights once you figure out what size it works in for what sizes work for you. Oh my gosh, Nick, talk. All right. Oh, okay, so this is getting interesting. Invest in an online dart score app. Dart Connect is what I use. It's great. You can play matches on there. Most tournaments are ran through Dart Connect here in the United States. So you can have a player profile with all your stats. You can play games against the computer. You can play online against people. So yeah, let's see what he says about the online dart score. I personally recommend Dart Connect. You guys get whatever works for you. Several digital tools facilitate practice and scorekeeping. These products help to keep you score and, most importantly, track progress most efficiently. Yeah, so that's another great thing too, is you can track your progress. A lot of people ask me, like, how do I know if I'm getting better? Like, how can I track that? An online scoring app is a perfect way because you can play matches and track your numbers. Remember the first tip on this list. If you did not watch part 1, you don't remember the first tip. Throwing darts without purpose is counterproductive to growing as a player. Yes. Digital score trackers can provide you with the framework from which to grow. Yeah, it'll tell you your the low points of your game, the high points of a game, and it'll help you, know what to practice. For example, the leading products save detailed statistical reports about your game and performance so that you can gain a precise and comprehensive overview on how you are progressing and which aspects of your game need the most work. Smart score apps can also serve as a quick guide to the most famous and popular games such as Cricket, Around the Clock, Bob's 27, and Bull 20s, 19s, yep, all that good stuff. Impressively, because of their internet connectivity, you can play against online opponents and even artificial intelligence trainers. Digital score tracking apps represent the best of the modern advances in technology, fusing with the ageless game of darts. To improve your game, you will need all the tools available to you, and to these tracker apps, fantastic. Yep. All right, so yeah, I absolutely love this. It'll help you track it. With Dart Connect, you get an email with all the stats you could possibly think of after the match. And if you play in a tournament that uses Dart Connect, you get an email. You can look at stats from everybody, so you can kind of see where you lined up with everyone else in the tournament. Now, one recommendation I say about this is do not get caught up in the stats, okay? There's a difference between using your stats to grow as a player and getting caught up in the stats. I am guilty of this. There's been times where I look too much into stats, and when I'm playing, I'm thinking too much about my stats. Stats are meaningless when it comes to winning or losing. It doesn't matter what your stats are if you win or lose, because winning is what we're trying to do. So use these stats as a way to learn where you need to get better. Okay, and that's what I've learned to use stats for now. I look at every single stats after every game that I play to see, okay, what did I do good? What did I do bad? What do I need to work on? Alrighty, next, play regularly. Yes, of course, we talked about practice earlier. Well, part 1, we talked about practice. You have to play regularly. Oh, let's see here. Practice does not make perfect in darts. It's regular practice that does. Yes, the saying practice makes perfect is I always like to say perfect practice makes perfect. You have to be practicing the right way and regularly in order to get that. You can be an awesome player, but if you don't play regularly, your game will go downhill quick. Yes, I have been struggling lately. I haven't been playing as much, and I can definitely feel it. If you are only playing once a week, your game will not improve much. Playing multiple times a week will improve your accuracy dramatically and your consistency. We talked about consistency. It does not need to be a long tournament style game. Just pick up a set of darts and play a quick game of Around the Clock or Chase the Dragon. I've never played Chase the Dragon, but I will have to read that article too and learn how to play that because I always love learning a new game. Even an extra 20-minute session once or twice a week will do wonders for your game if you want to do better, play more often. Yes, I say this all this time. I got my dartboard up in my living room. When I'm cooking, I walk over and throw darts in between stirring. If I'm watching TV, I'm standing back and forth playing darts. If I'm doing work at home, a couple seconds here or there to the dartboard, just something to throw. All right, I forgot what number we're on, but I think this might be the last one. Conquer the mind game. Yes, oh my gosh, the mind game, the mental part of darts is the most important part. The best player in the world, if they have a poor mindset, they're not going to be able to bring out their best darts because of that poor mindset. So we have to make sure we're having a good mindset and mentality to bring out the best in our darts. Let's see what he says here. The game of darts is as much as mind game as a game of skill. Yes, if not even more. This aspect is often ignored by newcomers and veterans alike. Yes, to improve your game, you will have to improve your concentration, focus, and confidence. Yes, yes, yes. I can't agree with this more. I absolutely love this article. While pervasive internet use has made our minds fragmented, it is also an excellent source of information and methods for improving our mental integrity. Yes. Some of the recommended techniques include meditation, breathing exercises, and even reading. Yeah, just stuff that'll calm you down. At tournaments, it's easy to get nervous. You got to figure out a way to calm down and get in the zone. Adopting these types of habits will provide a significant benefit both in the game of darts as well as other aspects of your life. Yes, and that's the other thing I talk about. A lot of the stuff that I talk about in darts, like confidence, the mental part, all these different things, discipline. This is stuff that's going to help you in your normal life too. It's not just darts. Yeah, it's going to help your darts, but it's going to help you in your normal life too. And if you practice these things in your normal life and get good at them, you can bring that back to your darts game and make it full circle. Boosting the mental aspects of your game will do wonders in preparing you for those excruciating, tense, and stressful games. Keeping it together during moments of elevated stress is already half the battle won. Yes, if not more than half the battle. I hope this helps you in your journey. Oh yeah, so it's probably the end. I hope this helps you in your journey of darts. Do you have any tips on how to play darts? Please let us know in the comments below. Well, all of my tips are uploaded on the Bullshot Darts YouTube, so all right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much, Dart Help, for another awesome article. If you guys want to support Dart Help, of course, go check out the article. The link for the article will be down in the description. Some videos should have popped up over here. Give them a click. Guys, I'll see you all in the next one, and shoot well.